So just to give you some context, we, in the last like 90 days, we booked around 100 calls or 110 calls, like sales calls. Like I didn't do any outreach. Like we do have some automated cold email. We don't really book too many calls from there. Most of it is inbound. At a certain point, your inbound is going to be super, super high volume.
Hi, I'm Natasha from Submagic, the ultimate short form AI editing tool. And today I'm joined by Ayman from TikScale.
Hey, what's up everyone?
Ayman, thank you for joining us. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
For sure. So first and foremost, Natasha and the Submagic team, thank you so much for having me. So quick introduction on myself. My name is Ayman and I started as a short form content agency on November 25th, 2022. So it's been about, call it 14 months now, maybe 15 months since I started. And we're currently doing about 93.5K per month in revenue, USD. And yeah.
Amazing. And what kind of services do you guys focus on?
Yep. So we actually do a mix between short form content and long form content. Basically, we do the ideation, scripting, we also do the editing, and then we do thumbnail design and posting on the YouTube side. And then on the short form content side, it's really just editing only at the moment, but we're looking to add in scripting as well.
So today with Ayman, we're going to be talking a little bit about how to scale your short form content agency in 2024. So Ayman, can you tell me a little bit about when you realized that the agency had potential to scale? And for anyone that is watching that's looking to scale their agency but isn't sure right now if it's the right time, what are a few things that people can look for to say that yes, they are ready to scale their agency?
Yeah, great question. So when I started out, there was definitely a lot of competition and I was scared a bit. I didn't know if it was the right time to start. I didn't know if I was going to be able to outshine the competition, but I was acting in a sense of like scarcity. So I switched it and then I was thinking to myself, okay, these other people got it to work on Twitter, which is where most people would hang out. There was like 3, 4, 5 short form content agencies all pulling in like 10K a month, 5K a month, 15K a month. And at the time I was doing 0. So I was thinking, okay, if these people can reach these numbers, then that means I can do it as well. And that there's demand, right? Mm-hmm. So I already knew the service was proven and it was in demand. If there's competition, that means that the service is good. And it means that people actually want this and that you can sell it as long as you are better than the competition. I started out with everybody's golden goal of 10K a month. Right. And then from there, I was telling myself, yeah, I wanted to hit 30K a month within like 6 months. And then by end of year, hopefully like 40K a month, something like that. But what ended up happening was in a 12-month time frame, I went from 0 to about 62K per month. We're doing like 93.5K now.
Amazing. Give me the good stuff. Can you tell me some key strategies when it does come to scaling for a short form agency?
Yep. So what you want to do when you start out as a short form agency, differentiate yourself from the competition. And the best way to do that is by sending free work. So this is how I got my start. What I was doing is I was sending 5 free short form videos every single day. You just need to set a KPI. Like I'm going to do 5 short form videos per day and just ram those. So in terms of where you get the footage from, podcasts, YouTube, just try and find content of that person online. And if they don't have content out already online, they might not be the best first client.
So what you're saying is you would leverage the pre-existing long form content from a specific creator and then you'd reach out with one free short form video.
Exactly, yep. And then the part I left out was you send the free short form video, but then the money is actually in the follow-up.
To give a little bit more insight into the types of creators to look for, what kind of follower count are we talking here? Because you don't want your DM to get lost in the abyss of DMs, right?
If they're too high, it's going to be hard to get seen. So if they're over like 500K followers, you're probably not going to get seen. But as long as it's below 500K, you're good. I talk with a lot of creators and my clients as well. Some of them still read every single DM, so you could definitely still get seen.
What are some of the key golden processes that you have in place at your agency that allows you guys to function at high capacity while still delivering results?
Yep. So on the short form content side, you really need a project management tool. And if you don't have one, you're not going to last. And it's best to get your processes straight right off the bat and as soon as possible. The best project management tool, and it's also free, is going to be Trello. It's a Kanban board. You just drag cards you want to create a column for every single status. So for example, like raw footage received, okay, the video is editing, the video was submitted for quality check if you have team members, and you just want to create this pipeline where the video flows through.
What are the main challenges that you've encountered while on your scaling journey?
The biggest hurdle is definitely when you're starting out and you're at $0 per month and you have a lot of doubt in your head. So what happens is a lot of people just don't believe in themselves that they can make, 2K a month online, 5K a month, 10K a month online. And that's just what causes them to fail. So really you just need to have a really, really strong belief in yourself that, okay, other people are doing it, I can do it too, and I can do it better, and I can hit better numbers. Biggest struggle now at our current size is really hiring, because once you get to a level that we're at, you get a lot of humans in the system. We're currently a team of around 10, 12 people, so there's a lot of moving parts. And every time you add a new person into the system, it creates a lot more complexity. So overall, it's really just finding quality talent and then also projecting growth and going like, okay, I know I'm going to add an additional 4 new clients. I'm going to have 3 clients upgrade their volume. So I need to hire in advance as well. Make sure I can train up the editors in time for that new demand to come in.
Give us some perspective on how many clients you're taking on like a monthly basis, for example.
Yeah, so on a monthly basis, we take on around like 4 clients or so, 5 clients, right up around there. We also do one-off projects too.
Talk to me a little bit about acquiring new clients. What are the things that you guys focus your efforts on?
Going from 0 to 30K a month, and then there's going to be 30K a month and beyond. So as soon as you start out your agency, like I was talking about earlier, you want to really send free videos, like set a KPI, okay, 5 free videos per day, really just hammer in on that. But the important thing that I left out is as you're sending those 5 free videos, you need to start building your personal brand. You're selling a service that helps people build their personal brands. So if you aren't actively growing your personal brand, it's not going to look good. What you want to do is make YouTube videos, Instagram Reels, and then tweets. Those are like the 3 good platforms. They see I do YouTube and then they want to work with me. You definitely don't want to be a content agency that doesn't have any content. So 0 to 30K a month, that's really going to be outreach, reaching out to new people every single day, 5 new people, sending 5 free reels. And then as you get to that point, you get to 30K a month, by that time, you've been posting content on Twitter, YouTube, hopefully Instagram as well, and your personal brand is built up, and you're going to start to get inbound leads. And then you're going to reach a point where you could start dialing down the free video section a bit. Yeah. And then you can start ramping up on the inbound, focusing more on YouTube, focusing more on Twitter, even LinkedIn as well is good nowadays. So just to give you some context, in the last 90 days, we booked around 100 calls or 110 calls, and sales calls. And I didn't do any outreach. On the website, you need to have a VSL. So this stands for Video Sales Letter. And then what this does is it's going to sell the prospect, tell them exactly what you do. So then by the time they hop on the call, they already know what you do. And it's not a mystery.
You mentioned that you do post to YouTube, which is obviously long form. Do you do any short form content to leverage short form as a way to attract clients?
So I also do short form content as well. And what I was doing is I was posting short form content. Obviously, it was talking head videos, me talking to the camera, and I would really make the videos targeted. So it's I was trying to attract a specific person. If it was an online coach, cool, I'm going to talk about an online coach and how I helped another online coach. The good part is that now I have an online business card where I can just pull up my Instagram, or people, I'm networking, whatever. I hate that term, but maybe I'm networking or connecting with people, and then they see my Instagram and they go oh, you have 18K followers. I got the little blue check mark as well.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can you expand a little bit on qualifying clients?
Great question. So in terms of qualifying clients, you want to set a benchmark where you tell yourself, okay, I'm only going to work with people over 20K a month. I'm only going to work with people over 40K a month. And the way that you come to that number is it depends where you're at in your journey. And then over time, as you get more case studies, you'll unlock the next part of the market. So you just want to kind of keep working your way up. So to qualify them, we have a form like you mentioned. So when they go to my website and then they book a call, basically it's going to say, there's going to be a questionnaire. It's going to say, how much money do you make per month? And then there's different like buttons they can click. And then what I did at this point is I wrote down anybody who makes 0 to 10K a month, you're unqualified, don't book a call with me, because I don't have anything for the people at that level. But anybody above 10K a month, it doesn't say anything, and they can book a call. So that's just how we qualify people.
Talk to me a little bit about AI. How do you see AI technology kind of impacting the scalability of agencies?
I think AI is great, and it unlocks a huge new level of scale for people in the agency game. Scaling an agency is difficult once you get to bigger numbers just because of how many people you have on the team. But what AI allows you to do is have less people and then rely more on technology, which is the AI. In terms of how you can implement AI into a short form content agency, there's two ways you can implement it. So you can implement it on the editing side, and then you can implement it on the scripting and ideation side. So what you can do with short form content is you can generate captions using AI and like emojis and like colorful effects, cuts, zooms, all that stuff, even color grading. And Submagic is the best tool on the market to do that from what I've seen. And then on the written side, like for copywriting, unfortunately, I've only really messed with ChatGPT, and it's definitely good. There's a skill gap when it comes to ChatGPT. So you really need to know how to prompt it, how to use it. And then overall, you're always going to have to edit the product.
What are kind of the crucial points for building a strong team? And what kind of qualities do you look for in your team members?
So the qualities we look for, number one, is someone who's motivated, right? They're not seeing this as a side income, something like that, and then they're in school, or maybe they have like a main full-time job and this is on the side. We really want it to be their main thing. So that's number one. And then the second thing we look for is people who are ambitious and they want like big things in life. And then we also look for people who they really like speed, right? Because speed is super, super important. The faster you can get things done, the more tasks you can do, which means the more money the person will make because they're taking on more workload, and then more money the company will make.
Talk to me a little bit about client satisfaction. How do you keep delivering high quality results for your clients? How do you keep your clients happy?
So what you need to do is you need to understand that there's like two ways you can beat your competition in terms of retention. Or actually there's three. So like number one, there's your pricing. So you don't want to charge obnoxious amounts for like a little amount of work. So that's number one. Because maybe you sign them on month one, but if month two onwards they realize that they're overpaying, they're just going to leave compared to the value you provide. So that's number one. And then number two is customer experience, in a sense of how smooth was the onboarding, how fast was the onboarding, and then how fast they got their first video out, whether that's on Instagram, whether that's on YouTube. That's the first part, really that onboarding part. And then in order to maintain the relationship, you really just want to have good communication. If you can do that, that handles the customer experience part super well.
What are the benefits of kind of diversifying your services or your offering? And how can that support you in scaling your short form content agency?
Great question. So a lot of people pigeonhole themselves into only doing one thing, especially in the content agency game. But where the real money is made is where, hey, you're doing their short form content, you're doing their long form content, and then you're also helping them with any other content initiatives.
Amazing. I think as well, something to note there is like, if you can keep as much in-house as possible, clients don't want to speak to tons of different people. For them, it's way easier if they can streamline and deal with just you and your agency, as opposed to having multiple different providers trying to offer various services to them. It's only going to make their life easier and kind of more inclined to work with you anyway.
Yeah, 100%. One time we had a client we were doing their long form content, and then they were looking into working with someone else for short form content. And then I told them, like, wouldn't you rather just do everything with me? And then they were like, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. And then it was an easy sell. And now they're paying us, 2 times more. So definitely agree with you there.
It's been awesome to chat with you and learn more. Finally, Ayman, where can people find you?
So people can learn more by hitting the first link in the description. I actually partnered up with Submagic to make a completely free course on how to start and scale a short form content agency in 2024. Yeah, so my handle on everything is the Ayman Arab, all in one word, no underscores. And if you just search me up on YouTube, Ayman Arab, I'll come up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I hope to chat to you again soon.